Hey there, colleagues, with Jim Maley here with an update. I'm going to kind of discuss and go over the issues about trash, the trash collection. It's been a bit of a topic since last May. I want to first, before I get into some details, I want to first thank everyone who has tried to comply with the new rules that are in place. We greatly appreciate your understanding and your efforts to work with that. To say that things have gotten a little out of hand over the last couple of weeks is putting it mildly. Last week, we actually had a number of incidents, not an isolated incident, but a number of incidents of residents throwing trash at the collectors that had not been picked up, calling them names, yelling and screaming to the extent that there was some police involvement. It has not been our proudest moments. And there have been a number of these incidents last week that just really uncalled for. And I want to try to kind of put that aside. I'm going to give you the end of the story at the start, which is we had a meeting with the trash company this morning, the new trash company. Today is Monday, February 7. We had a meeting with them this morning, a meeting that had been scheduled. We had a meeting with them and went over this, and we are changing the rules once again and going back to what the trash collector described as the gold standard of collection. The company, we're paying more money, but we are going to go back to the same standard for pickup and trash collections that we had before. It's going to cost us dearly. And when I say us, it's me personally and all of you. But we are going back to that trash collection. So there won't be the limits on the trash cans for people that have purchased them already. My apologies. For those people that have, gigantic trash containers, they will be picked up with we're switching to a semi-automatic. They will be adding personnel onto the trucks in order to make up to do this, and we're going to just simply pay more. And I want to give you like a sense of when I say more. This one move is going to increase by $75,000 to $100,000 our trash collection costs. Just this move, okay, but I want to put it in perspective of the major changes in trash collection that we have been going through over these last 8-9 months. So it's resolved. We're finished with this. We literally were concerned with safety of some of the trash folks, and things have just gotten way too far out of hand. So a little bit of a reset. We've got a couple years left on this contract. We'll see what the trash industry is at the end. Now, let me go back and just give you a little more line and verse about how we've gotten here and what's going on. We had the trash company walk off the job, the prior company walk off the job in June of 2021. Here in my office, I had a meeting with our administrator, with Cassandra. Cassandra got a text and she said, "Oh my gosh, the trash company just told us they're not coming today." Okay, they stopped coming. So we put together basically our own trash department within 48, 72 hours. Borrowed some trucks. We then went and rented some trucks from a firm in Augusta, Georgia. And we put that together, and the borough took over the trash and recycling operations. That continued for a couple of months. So June, July, August. We tried to get a handle on what the marketplace was. Tried to get the trash picked up today. Not much time for long-range planning when you're frantically trying to pick up tomorrow's trash. But we did both of those things and got ourselves in shape to go out on bids for trash collection. We made the decision that we would not go out for trash and recycling to be done by a third party because the market is so unstable. This business is so unstable. We did not want to leave ourselves in that lurch where we would be stuck again if another company could not perform anymore. And also because we knew from testing, dipping our toes in the water, that the marketplace was charging much, much more money. The rates were going to go way up, okay? So we go out to bid on trash only. That means recycling is now a part of the borough operation. Bringing that in, okay, is going to add an additional $500,000 of expense to the borough's budget. Just recycling, bringing it in, $500,000, okay? The prior trash contract that picked up trash and recycling was about $600,000 a year. Now we're taking recycling and simply bringing that in-house, spending about roughly $500,000 a year. We're probably going to be able to knock that annual cost down about $180,000 next year because we are buying 2 trucks. Okay, we're going to own a couple garbage trucks. We went out to bid. We'll go out to bid for trash only. The bids came out at $50,000 more than the prior year, the prior contractor who was picking up trash and recycling. Now we're paying $50,000 more for trash only. The number is ballpark $650,000 a year. Okay, so our trash costs have now gone up to roughly $1.1 million, is what our new trash cost numbers are. I'll tell you that one of the things that's happening in the world, and also what our workers' comp has gone up because literally every one of our employees that did trash collection has been injured. One of them is awaiting surgery, has had a pretty serious back injury. These are the types of injuries that lead the bid that we received, the bid that came in, to put a limit, 32-gallon limit on the trash that can be picked up. They're having trouble keeping employees. Part of it is because they're getting injured. Part of it is because people are choosing, they don't want to do that work anymore. Part of it is that the employees that are there realize that they are a hot commodity because they can't get enough staff and employees. So they are now trying to stick tighter to those rules so that a single person is not trying to lift 75-pound trash cans to put them into the trash truck. So when we receive these bids, 32-gallon limits, we then set about trying to notify people. Those bids come in November. Early November is when we award this contract. The delay, September and October, is because under state law, those bids have to be out on the street for 60 days before we open bids. 60 days. Earliest we can do it is the beginning of November. We do it at the beginning of November. New rules don't go into effect until we're not going to really enforce them. The company's not going to enforce them until the beginning of 2022. We send all the usual messages out through social media. I know everybody doesn't read that. I try not to read it as much as I possibly can, but we know everybody doesn't get that. We put it in our town crier that goes to every household. If I've heard it once, I've heard it 20 times in the last 2 weeks. I don't read that town crier. That's not a good way to tell me anything. Folks, read the town crier. That's how we communicate with you. We write 4 times a year, at least, to every household in town, direct to your door. We tell you information about fairs, fun things going on. We also tell you about serious things going on. You need to read it. We use Nixle, the new service we have for text messages. I think we sent 4 or 5 of those out by Nixle. So that's a way that you can sign up. You have to have the initiative to want to get the information and sign up, but you get it direct texted to you on your cell phone. We do the social media. There were some news articles about it. We sent send information directly to your home. We did text messaging. Things go into effect the beginning of January, and they begin to enforce this 32-gallon, kind of, sort of, get a little tighter as things go along. Most people are trying to comply. We have had a number of people all upset that they just bought new cans. I spent $500 on new trash cans, all upset about these different things. Listen, these are the realities of the trash world today. We have been motivated with trying to get the job done in a way that is safe and stable for us and spends the least amount of money so that we have some savings in this. This last week, we've had incidents that we can't let this go on. This is just not, there are some things happening that, frankly, it's embarrassing to hear the things that have gone on. We're having people call in, leaving voicemail messages with the borough, concerned about the conduct of our residents against the the people picking up the trash that they have seen, okay? We've got people, their protest is dumping their trash out in other places. I've seen people on social media saying, drop the trash off at Maley's house. Really kind of not quite getting that we're in a post-pandemic change in the industry that is costing us dearly and will require some inconvenience and change on everyone's part. And we kind of haven't, we've got a contingent that has not been willing to do that. And in order to make sure we don't have any incidents, we are making this change, taking us back to what the trash company today referred to as the gold standard, which is put your trash out. Pretty much doesn't matter what size the containers are. They're going to add men onto trucks to make sure that they can lift the heavier ones. They will be doing the bulk items similar to what we did in the prior contract. All of that will be done for an increase of roughly $75,000 to $100,000 a year. Just to give you a sense, the budget for 2022, just on the increases in trash, okay, we're talking at least a 6-cent increase on the average home, just for increases in trash. It would have been a 4.5-cent increase. This change we're making today is going to add another penny and a half to that. That's probably going to equate to an extra $50 a household for people to have that done. So my messages are, we're at the end of the pandemic. I did this a few weeks ago, and I emphasize it again. Hey, a lot of things are going to be different. A lot of things are going to change. Be nice to one another. Be nice to people providing services to you. Do not let this become the normal conduct for people when they're upset about how things are going. I've got tops. I've gotten 15 emails from people that we've answered. I know a lot of people have been calling into Public Works and Borough Hall, and we have been dealing and fielding those issues with the trash company. Sometimes they just miss spots. Sometimes they didn't pick it up on purpose because it broke the rules. They have been very responsive to it. So these changes are in place. Be kind, be nice to people, check on everyone. Let us know if there's any issues. We will continue. We really don't know what else we could have done to advise everyone. It gets a little tough for me to hear, hey, the piece of mail that you sent to my house, I didn't read that, but if you send me another piece of mail to my house, I'll read that and then I'll know. When you get something from the borough and we send it to your house, we've spent the money for that, it costs a few bucks. We do that for a reason, to get notice to you directly. So make sure you read, look through, question us, comment. You can yell at me all you want. I'd rather that than be yelling at the folks that are picking up our trash. Okay, that's pretty much the lowdown of what's going on with trash. You can always email me at jmaley@collingswood.com. We do our best to respond to every one of them. Want everybody to be safe. Sounds like masks are coming off in a lot of places we're going to these days, but do whatever makes you comfortable. Still be smart. Be as safe as you possibly can out there. And thank you all again for all of your help through all this. Thanks.